Yo, everybody, back at it once again. Favorite entrepreneur, your boy, official Tyree Samuels, right? And today, ladies and gentlemen, I say today we're going to be talking about something that's probably going to be the most exciting video I've dropped this entire year. And that's going to be talking about NFT, okay? Non-fungible token. You've heard about it, right? Probably saw like Tory Lanez drop the album. Maybe heard about Meek Mill's going to be dropping his album October 1st. What I'm going to show you guys is how you guys can get involved using an app to be able to purchase comic books, as well as purchase, kind of like digital action figures. So if any of y'all used to watch Marvel, used to watch DC, used to be in the comic books back into the day, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually start profiting off of this great new market, which is going to be known as the NFT market, with a simple app that's free that you can go download in your Apple or Google Play Store today. So stick tuned for the next clip. I'm going to go ahead and dive into it. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Yo, family. So once again, I'm going to be talking to you guys about NFTs, okay? So first and foremost, before y'all go any further, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because as I always say, I want you guys to stay up to date. I don't want anybody to come before you guys, okay? Now, I want you guys to make sure once you hop off this video, you go do your due diligence and study. Because if you just watch this video thinking that I'm going to just start randomly buying NFTs, you're probably going to lose money. I'm going to just go ahead and throw it out there. So make sure you're educated, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to be able to talk to you guys about is NFTs are going to be ways you guys can be able to purchase, designs that are basically digitized. So, if you're into fashion, you're into, artistic drawing, you're into collectibles, comic books, things of that nature. These are all going to be things you could purchase as far as on the NFT market. If you guys don't know, I don't know if you guys recently heard, Tory Lanez actually dropped an NFT album, okay? I don't know if you guys heard, Meek Mill recently posted on his Instagram that October 1st, I want to say, don't quote me, he's going to be dropping an NFT album. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be many other artists that do the same thing following. So the thing I really want to be able to get into is there's going to be an app today that's going to be called VEVE. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of what the app looks like. So make sure you download that in your Apple App Store, your Google Play Store. It's 100% free. And this video is going to actually show you guys how to be able to utilize it to where you can go ahead and start investing into the NFT market. So what I'm going to obviously do is I'm about to go ahead and start screen recording. And we're going to go ahead and throw this up on the screen. So the VEVE app, as you guys see, the first thing is going to come up. It's going to be different little notifications every time you log into the app. So this one's going to say wallet. Did you know that from your wallet, you can check your gem or OMI balances, buy more gems, send OMI in and out, and view your transaction history? If you don't know what a gem is actually going to be the currency of which you're going to use to be able to purchase NFTs on the VEVE app, okay? So I'm going to click on Start Collecting. Now, from the home screen, I'm going to walk you guys through the things that you want to pay attention to. So if you guys click on where it says Browse, Browse is basically going to show you guys the different NFT digital collectibles that were previously available on the market, some of which you guys can see do have sold out next to it, which means they're no longer available for purchase at the retail price. But if you notice, I can actually click on it and it gives me the ability that they still have 873 for sale in the market, which if you choose to buy one, you have the ability to buy now, or you can do the auction thing to where, you can try to see if you can get a cheaper price, but obviously the intention of the seller is to get the highest price. So that's going to be what you're looking like through Browse. Now, whenever you're watching these NFTs, if you click on each one, similar to this, what you guys are going to notice is I can actually click the play button. Once I click the play button and this goes ahead and loads up, you guys are actually going to be able to see, I'm going to be able to actually move it visually, move it around. You guys can actually throw this in pictures, throw this in videos, upload this to your Instagram, upload this to your Snapchat. Okay, so this is going to be a visual representation of what one of the digital collectibles would look like. As you guys can see at the top, this is a Star Trek Next Generation. And if I actually scroll down, the rarity of these is going to be the most important. So if you guys actually look in the right corner right here, I'm actually put an arrow that says rare. So obviously if it is rare, it can go for more money than if it was not rare. If I scroll down to the bottom, these are going to be the other examples of NFTs that were dropped within the same series. So if you guys don't know, anytime they drop an NFT, they're usually going to drop multiple. So if they're dropping like the Avengers today, they may be dropping 4 to 5 different types. What does that mean? There's usually going to be a common. So if you look at this right there where it says common, there's usually going to be a common. There's going to be an uncommon that you see right here. There's going to be a rare and then an ultra rare. This one is the rare, and then below this is going to be the ultra rare. The ultra rare is obviously going to be the one that you would like to get, but it's going to be in the smallest quantity. So you want to be able to make sure that you're taking advantage of those. so that you can get, you know, the best pricing point. So as I go back, that's what you do whenever you browse. If you guys look on the home screen, you can see latest drops. You can see featured, brands, new arrivals, popular, selling fast, recently viewed, so on and so forth, okay? Next thing you guys want to pay attention to is where it says drops. Now, if I click on where it says drops, this is going to be specifically for the digital collectibles. So let me actually go back. If you guys look at the top right here, I can actually hit this drop down menu. You'll see digital collectibles. You'll also see digital comics, okay? The digital collectibles are going to be the physical, like action figure type things. The digital comics are going to be exactly what it sounds like. It's basically a comic book. So under digital collectibles, if you guys click on where it says drops, these are going to be all of the most recent drops. So what I'm actually do is I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom to kind of show you guys how long this has actually been going on. I have no idea why my nostrils itching so crazy. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. As you guys can see, back in October 15th, they actually called out their first digital collectible NFT, which is going to be Batman Black and White. I'm going to select that. Now, the information you're going to be able to get from each and every single NFT collectible that gets dropped, they're going to give you a brief description of exactly what it is. So I'm going to skip to the second paragraph to where it says, VEVE is excited to offer the first ever series of Batman Black and White. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Now, in this series, this is what I was talking about. So in each series, there are usually going to be 4 to 5 different rarity versions. Okay, so under the rarity tab, there's going to be common, there's going to be uncommon, there's going to be rare, there's going to be ultra rare. You can look to the right where it says additions. Those are going to be the quantity of how many of those are going to be dropped. So as you can see, ultra rare is going to have the fewest quantity that's going to be dropped, which means it's going to be a lot harder to get access to that, which also means those are probably going to be the most expensive ones to get. Okay, so the next thing I really want you guys to be able to focus on, give me a second. Let me go ahead and make sure, put it on Do Not Disturb real quick, so I won't have any complications. All right, bet. So the next thing you guys want to be able to focus on is how much do these cost whenever they drop. So if you guys look, they still have all 4. So you have uncommon right here at the top. I have ultra rare, I have rare, and I have common. So I'm actually just going to click on the one that everybody would like to get, which is the ultra rare. So if I click on that, first off, notice each one of these pictures looks slightly different. All 4 are going to be Batman in black and white, but each one looks slightly different. Those are going to be also a concept of the different rarities that you get. So if I click on this Batman, okay, I'm going to click on play. So first off, you want to be able to see what Batman actually looks like. Excuse me. All right, and then after it loads up, as you guys can see, here's my Batman, okay? Assuming that I have bought it, which I personally do not own this one, but you guys understand the concept. So I can go back, and this actually sold for $70. So if you guys actually look, it says it was sold out. Now, the $69.99 was basically going to be the retail price. So at the time it came out, that was actually going to be the price that it went for, okay? So I want you guys to actually be able to realize that this is something that you guys want to be able to take advantage of, because this is actually going to help you guys know how much you can sell it for. So if you know you bought it for 70, let's actually go to where it says sell for in the market. So if I go to where it says sell for in the market, you guys can actually see now it says 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 3K. That's thousands, okay? So that means that you could have possibly bought something for $70, right? And you could have possibly flipped it for $2,700 minimum, right? Minimum, because obviously it can go for more. If I click on auction, you can see that there's one actually going for 4.5K, okay? Now, these are going to be examples. It doesn't mean every time you buy an NFT, you're going to sell it for this much, but it just goes to show you how you can flip just by simply buying something and then, you know, selling it. Because there are going to be sellers out there that, even though it might not make sense to you as to why I'm buying this and how does it have value, it's going to be other people that can see it. So you don't really have to think that hard, but I just want you to make sure you study so you understand what's going on. All right. Now, as you guys can see, as I said, this was the ultra rare that sold for 70. If I go select any of the other ones, let's click on the uncommon, okay? This one was a little bit cheaper. It was 45. So the ultra rare was $70 and we saw it go for about 2,700. The uncommon was 45 and it's going for about 140 bucks. That's still a 3X, okay? So you guys got to understand you could double, triple, quadruple your money with a lot of these NFTs. But as I said, the rarity version that you get is going to make a big difference on how much money you can actually make back, right? So in addition to that, these are going to be all of the same concept. So the most recent one was going to be September 9th. So let's look at an example of the most recent one. So if I click on that, you guys are going to see this was Star Trek, right? I can click the drop down. It's going to give us a brief description, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then from there, you guys can see the rarity versions, okay? So the rarity was common, uncommon, rare, and ultra rare once again. And as you guys can see, it's actually a bigger quantity of this drop than it was for the one back in October. If you remember, the ultra rare for the one back in October for Batman was only 1,750 editions. The ultra rare for this one is almost 6,000. So you guys can see they're actually giving more people the ability to get in because the market is getting bitter. So they want to be able to give people more opportunities to be able to participate. So that's going to be what you guys see next to edition. Now, if you guys can see that little gold medal looking thing right next to where it says uncommon, that means that that's the one I was actually able to get. So I wasn't unfortunately able to get the ultra rare to rare. I think this was my first or second collectible that I bought. Fairly new to VEVE myself. So you guys are actually learning the information as I'm giving it to you fresh off the pan, okay? So as I scroll down, you guys can see all of these except the uncommon and common are actually sold out. So if I actually go select the ultra rare, okay? The ultra rare sold for 130 bucks. If I click on how much it's selling for now, it's still selling for about 130 bucks. So basically, if you bought it, you would just be breaking even. But I need you to understand, if they dropped it on September 9th, it's literally only been about a week that you've had it. So you're not automatically going to have double, triple, quadruple the value as far as people offering that if it's only been a week. You got to think about the drop that happened back in October. October was almost a year, literally almost a year ago today. So it had a year to be able to gain in value. So maybe if you hold one of these new NFTs that recently dropped for 6 months, 5 months, a year, the value, I can't guarantee, but the value may be more than if you just try to immediately sell it the next week or the next month or the next day, okay? So always understand, holding on to assets allows them the ability to have the value increase, right? Now that's how you guys are actually able to take advantage of the collectibles, okay? So remember, where it says digital collectibles, not digital comics, drops is where you guys want to be able to focus on. So you want to be able to come here every single day. If you come here every single day, you're going to be more likely to see when the next drop is versus seeing it after the fact, which is what you don't want to do, okay? Now, after that, we're also going to have the new tab. I'm going to click on that. The new tab is pretty self-explanatory. If you actually look, the Star Trek was the most recent, Captain America. After that, the Marvel characters. I can actually go back to where it says drops and they'll show me the same one. Star Trek, Captain America, Marvel. So basically, it's just giving you that same order under where it says new in a sequence of the most recent drops, okay? Next, we're going to have coming. So coming is only going to be letting you know what is going to be one of the ones that might be dropping in the future. So this is going to be called Ito. As you guys can see, it is ultra rare. This is going to be selling for $90. So if you guys know ahead of time that something might be selling for $90 and you might possibly want to get a hold of it, maybe you might want to be able to put $90 off to the side, because remember, as always, you do not want to invest money that you do not have to invest, because these are not necessarily going to be an immediate flip. You may have to let that $90 sit for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It just depends, okay? So just know ahead of time, coming is also a way that you guys can see ahead of time when it's going to drop. But keep in mind, as of right now, they don't actually give a date. They're just saying coming soon, okay? And then finally, you're going to have brands, which, you know, so on and so forth. If any of you guys are in, any of these specific brands, these are different brands that you can follow to where you can stay updated. Look, even Da Vinci, for all of you designer people, they even have, a VEVE. But as you guys can see, that's sold out. So make sure you guys are staying on top of it. It's going to be a little bit of something for a little bit of everybody, okay? The next thing I want to be able to focus on is going to be the digital comics. So if I actually click, I'm going to select where it says digital comics, okay? Now, as you guys can see, the most recent one that says $6.99, this is actually the one that dropped today. So if you guys actually go follow me on Instagram, @official Tyree Samuels, you guys can actually go look at my store and see the order that I actually processed, which I'll show you guys a screenshot of a little bit later. So same concept. As you guys can see, they've not had as many drops for the comics as they have for the collectibles. So it's still a lot of room to be able to grow in the comic section specifically. So the first drop that they have is going to be from Marvel Comics, as you guys can see. The dope thing about the comics is these are a set price of $6.99. So for some of you guys who don't have $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80 to invest consistently, maybe the comics is what you actually want to stick to, because you're going to be able to invest at a more consistent basis because it's only $7, okay? Now, the thing I want you guys to be able to understand is it's a similar concept where you can turn this $7 to 50, to 100, to 200, triple, quadruple, 5x, 10x your initial investment. So that's how you guys can actually utilize this. Now, the next thing you guys can do, you can click on where it says comic preview. I'm not going to act like I'm a big comic view guy. I love anime. I love cartoon and action figures, but I'm not necessarily to sit down and look through a comic book. But for those of you that love comic books, which personally I have a nephew who actually loves comic books, Whenever you guys purchase it, you'll get the full comic, but before you purchase it, you can actually see the preview. So there's going to be a few pages actually showing you the preview of that specific comic book, okay? Now that we've actually finished with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit the back button, all right? I'm going to scroll back up to the top. So as I said, the most recent one was going to be Tales of Suspense number 52. I'm going to click on that, okay? I was actually able to benefit from this one. Now, the difference is whenever you're buying the collectibles actually drop all of the rarities and you have the ability to try to get one of them, okay? So if you try to get the ultra rare but it's already sold out, you just missed out. With the comic books, you don't have the ability to pick. The only thing you can do is click buy now, and they're going to give you whichever one was available. So if they only had common available, that's what you're going to get. You don't necessarily have the option to pick which one. So be aware that that's how it works with the comics. So for me, as you guys can see, it's already sold out. This actually sold out literally within 60 seconds of it dropping. So that goes to show for any of you guys that work jobs or early morning, because this usually drops 10 a.m. Central, my time, that'd be 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you got a job early in the morning, you're occupied early in the morning, you're at work, this might not work for you, because if you're not able to be looking at your phone like right when the clock goes from 1 to 0, you're gonna miss the entire opportunity, okay? So this is gonna be something you guys want to set alerts for and be aware of. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually click on where it says you own one edition of this item. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna click on it and you guys can see which one I got. So I actually got the common one, okay? Actually got the common one. In the future, we will definitely be getting the ultra and the secret rare, but we got the common, we're gonna be satisfied, we're not gonna complain. Now, the next thing I wanna be able to show you guys is I can actually read this book, because now they've actually given me all 25 pages. So the thing I can actually do is, later today, what I'm actually doing is I'm gonna go and I'm actually start looking through this comic and read through it, because now this is an asset that I actually own. So this is gonna also be cool for anybody that's into, you know, reading comic books and Marvel and DC and things like that. Now, the only way you guys are actually gonna be able to make money is by selling it. So a lot of you guys don't understand is you can only make money off an NFT if you sell it. Just holding it can increase the value, but you can't make any money if you don't sell it. Similar to if you buy a pair of Jordans retail price for like $225 and the current market value is $1,000, but if you never sell them, I mean, you're not gonna make $1,000, okay? You gotta sell them to make it. So the way that you're gonna sell your NFT is simply click on where it says sell in market. You can either select to sell by the current price right now, or you can select to do it in an auction setting, so where you can allow the highest bidder to be able to determine how much money they're willing to pay. Right now, underneath where it says details, similar to how it was in the collectibles, these are going to be additional details that you guys can see. It's going to let you know the publisher, the series, the issue number, how many pages, the year it came out, and the author, which RIP to Stan Lee, one of the great gentlemen in the world of I don't even know how to describe, but definitely in the world of comics and, different kind of reality, because that's a whole different kind of reality. So shout out to Stan Lee. I'm pretty sure he would have been proud. I personally would have loved to be able to see Stan Lee be alive, to see his comic books actually get sold as an NFT, because I think that would be dope. And he probably would have released even newer things, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want to shed a tear or anything like that. So you guys are now able to see how you can first off buy a digital comic, how you can also buy a digital collectible. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is I'm going to go back to store, right? I'm going to go back to digital collectibles, right? Now we're going to look at the bottom. So I'm going to click on collection. So if you guys see, here's going to be my personal collection. Now, as I said, I'm fairly new into the NFT space, similar to some of you other guys. I also have used NBA Top Shot. If you guys don't know what NBA Top Shot is, I'm going to make a YouTube video for that as well. But I only personally have 2 collectibles. My friends have been telling me about it for months. I've been slacking like a lot of you probably have, which is why I made this YouTube video, so we can all hop on the train together. So I have Captain America. I also have the US Enterprise, okay? Now what I have the ability to do is if I click on one of these, I can actually sell this. So you're gonna see this actually buffer. I wanna be able to show you guys whenever you actually get the NFT, you can actually upload it in a picture, upload in a video, and then put it on social media if you want to. So you guys can see I can move it around and things like that. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you guys real quick. I can actually sell this. So if I actually hit sell in market, I can sell it at auction, or I can sell it for the buy price. Pretty dope, right? Now, if for whatever reason you want to transfer it, you just want to be nice, you want to send it to your mom, your sister, your girlfriend, a business partner, you could do that. This is where you would do it. You would do transfer, make sure you get their username, or you can scan their QR code, and then that can be something that you can actually do, okay? Next thing you can click on is going to be the feed, okay? Now on the feed, you're going to see people who are usually going to be selling They're NFTs. So the thing that you can see is this is actually the comic book that dropped earlier today that I got a hold of. The Tales of Suspense. Notice that there's somebody literally already selling it. But remember the pricing point that we bought it for, $6.99. You have somebody selling it for 40 bucks. So even though in your head, 40 bucks doesn't seem like a lot, I'm gonna be honest. It's probably because you don't have the investor mindset yet. An investor is not necessarily thinking about dollar amount, they're thinking about percentage gain, okay? So if I divide the number 40 by 6, right, I just 6x my investment. That means if I could have invested $100, I would have made back $600. If I could have invested $1,000, I would have made back $6,000. So even though the dollar amount is not high, you guys got to think about how many times over did I quadruple, triple, or 6x? I 6x my money, okay? If I actually end up selling, because obviously somebody needs to buy it. So if you're on the feed and you want to buy this, you would click view and market, and then you guys will have the ability to literally buy it right now. On top of that, if you want to be a little nosy, I can actually click on the person selling it, go to their profile, and see how many NFTs they got. As you can see, they only have one collectible. So let's go click on somebody else. Let's click on Nico. As you guys can see, Nico actually has quite a few. So Nico looks like a guy who's actually been in the NFT space for a while. And the dope thing about NFTs, I'm not gonna say it's no privacy because that sounds kind of crazy. There is privacy. It's not like people can hack, but people can see exactly what you have. So it'd be equivalent to if you're a millionaire and I was able to look in everybody's bank account and be like, oh snap, that dude has $1 billion. So you can actually look at people's NFT portfolios and see how many NFTs they actually got. So if you look at this guy actually got one as well too. He's trying to sell it for $375 though. So there's no right or wrong pricing point, okay? There may be pricing points that are a little overly priced, but it's all relative. So these are just gonna be examples of different people who post all their information on the feed. So if you wanna post on the feed, you click the plus sign, you can share a message, share a VV photo, share your showroom, so on and so forth, okay? Next thing is gonna be the market. The market is probably pretty self-explanatory. You guys have Collectibles tab, right? You have the Comics tab, right? You have the My Bids tab, you have the Listings tab, and you have the Brands tab. So obviously I don't have anything in My Bids or Listing because I haven't put anything up for sale yet, which keep in mind I will. Once again, if you guys look at the new comics, look how much money these people are offering these for. Remember, the same $6.99 investment this person's offering for 150 bucks. They're offering for 30, they're offering for 273, they're offering for 20 bucks. And this is a different one, but they're offering this one for 1.3K. This is a different comic, but it's still sold for $6.99. So I'm just showing you guys, you can make a lot of money in this, but like I said, you got to be educated. It doesn't mean watch this YouTube video, then just start randomly buying them up, because you're probably going to lose money once again if you're not educated. Everything seems simple until you start doing it and you realize, dang, it's way more to it than just a simple YouTube video, okay? Finally, if you guys click at the bottom where it says profile, this is how you guys are actually able to load your account to be able to have money. So the money or currency of choice is going to be gems. So the way that you're going to load the gem, you can actually use a debit card or crypto. I'm going to click on where it says wallet. I'm going to click on where it says get gems, and you can pick how many gems you want to get. Every one gem equates to $1. So if you see 5 gems equals about $5. So if you know that each comic book is $6.99, you might want to always have at least $10 in your account. I'm gonna be honest, you're never gonna be able to buy more than one comic. You're literally only gonna be able to buy one. So it's not like you can try to buy 10, you can only buy one just because it happens so fast. So make sure you have at least $10 at all times loaded if you wanna buy a comic. For those of you, as I said, that you know you don't have enough money to consistently invest in the collectibles are gonna range $30, $40, $50, $60, $80 a piece. The comic books are only gonna be $6.99. So make sure you're being smart. Don't invest money you do not have, okay? Because you're not finna go, make an immediate flip as soon as you buy it. It doesn't work like that. You may have to hold it for a couple weeks, couple months, just let you know, okay? Now, finally, what I wanna be able to do is I wanna be able to actually go to Instagram to be able to show you guys, right? 2 Instagram pages you guys wanna be able to follow to get the update. So you guys wanna be able to follow VEVE Collectibles, okay? So you guys wanna be able to follow VEVE Collectibles, right? Look at that, VEVE Collectibles. The dope thing about VEVE Collectibles is they're actually going to show you Tales of Suspense was something that they dropped 23 hours ago, which was yesterday, letting you know, hey, we're actually going to be dropping this tomorrow. That's going to be under VEVE Collectibles. The next one is going to be VEVE_official, okay? VEVE_official. Now, with the VEVE_official, you guys can see they were letting you know, hey, This is going to be dropping September 6th at 8 a.m. PT, which is 10 a.m. Central my time. So if you would have been following them on Instagram, you would have gotten a notification ahead of time, right? Now, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and drop to you guys the next one you guys are going to be able to tune into. Look at this, right? They're going to be dropping the Breakfast Serial Killers September 18th on Saturday, same time. So what I want you to do is set a notification, set a reminder, because I want you guys to be able to tap in, all right? Final thing I'm going to do is I want to be able to show you guys. So this right here is going to be an example of today. As you guys can see, I actually came and I saw that the comic was being dropped. I'm going to click on it so you guys can see what it looks like in real time. So if I scroll down a little bit, you guys can see the timer. Now, basically what's going to happen is you guys need to wait for that timer to expire. At the time it expires, you have the ability to go ahead and purchase it. But as I said before, if you guys do not go about being there at the time it drops, you're going to miss out on the entire opportunity. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because remember, I want you guys to stay up to date every single time I drop a video, because if you don't, I'm going to be sad and YouTube is not going to rock with me. And I know that that's not what y'all want. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to be able to say is, if you guys also know somebody that can take advantage of this, let me make sure y'all go ahead and like, comment, share this video to another friend, because I know you know that I know you're not the only person that needed this information. So I want you to be able to not be selfish and share it with somebody else. In addition to that, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at official Tyree Samuels. Also, if you see these two things right here, go ahead and click that thumbs up, because that's the only way YouTube's going to know I'm dropping value. And then finally, as we make money and get rich together, I'm going to see you guys at the top, not from the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. I'm going to see you guys on Saturday at the next VEVE NFT drop. Hopefully you're there on time so you can get yours, because I know I'm going to get mine. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace. See you when you want to be a. I holla.